Welcome to Illuminati Silver. We tell you the truth about silver. Today is Wednesday, the 25th of August 2021, and we're producing our gold and silver morning update and price forecast. The United States House has passed its $3.2 trillion package, and we've not seen any dramatic rise in gold and silver as a result. One must ask, we should, surely, shouldn't we? Well, let's take a look and find out. Welcome to Illuminati Silver. It's Wednesday, 25th of August 2021, 10:01 a.m. GMT +1. Weather outside started off this morning bright and sunny, but the clouds are now beginning to loom over, as they are in the news this morning. Biden resists Afghan deadline pressure but seeks backup options. Of course, this is the major geopolitical news of the day. But financially, again going to the UK construction and manufacturing push up wage inflation. Now, we mentioned this concept of wage inflation only the other day. Britain's construction, manufacturing and food preparation industries are pushing wages higher across the economy due to a shortage of workers to fill available jobs. Building companies increased pay by 6.7% from February to July 2021 to draw more workers into the industry. That compares with wage growth of just 0.8% across all jobs. We're seeing some pretty staggering numbers, said Powell Adrian, head of EMEA research at Indeed, which is a recruitment agency, noting that the 6 industries experiencing high wage growth made up 30% of all job postings on the site. Perhaps I should learn to become a bricklayer. Wages and salaries have gone up significantly faster in those sectors where we are seeing outsized demand for workers. So, will we be happy with that in attempting to curb inflation? One wonders. The other bit of news that's worth looking at is this. We mentioned the geopolitical issue. China eyes Afghanistan's $1 trillion minerals with risky bet. When the US invaded Afghanistan in 2001, the global economy looked a lot different. Tesla Inc. wasn't a company, the iPhone didn't exist, and artificial intelligence was best known as a Steven Spielberg film. Now all three are at cutting edge of a modern economy driven by advancements in high-tech chips and large-capacity batteries that are made with a range of minerals, including rare earth minerals. And Afghanistan is sitting on deposits estimated to be worth $1 trillion or more, including what may be the world's largest lithium reserves, if anyone can get them out of the ground. Surely that's not what's attracting China, is it? Business news. UK self-catering holiday prices soar in pandemic. Obviously because people are not eating out so much. Interesting one here. UK companies perform better with overseas owners. What does that suggest? Lord Grimstone says Britain should not pull down the shutters on the flood of overseas takeover bids. Is that perhaps because a lot of our foreign counterparts are a little more entrepreneurial? I wonder. Just Eat announces 1,500 new jobs in the northeast, which is good news, and the World Bank freezes funding for Afghanistan. This one is perhaps the most important geopolitical issue of the day in terms of what the potential effect on gold and silver. US approves Biden's US House approves Biden's $3.5 trillion domestic budget blueprint. The US Congress has approved a $3.5 trillion budget blueprint, setting the stage for Democrats to enact President Joe Biden's ambitious economic agenda. The rule that passed on Tuesday allowed Democrats, who narrowly controlled both chambers, to move ahead with key proposals. Mr. Biden's party hopes to devote significant resources to family support, health and climate schemes. passed the House of Representatives 220 to 212 with no Republican support. The resolution's fate was unclear as late as Tuesday morning amid a standoff between progressive and centrist House Democrats. The Democrats are enacting a process called budget reconciliation to approve Mr. Biden's larger spending package, and passage of the budget blueprint Tuesday is the first step. Interesting. So, with this news, one would have thought the dollar would go down, gold and silver prices would rise. Well, the dollar did actually fall yesterday, ever so slightly, but is marginally up today. So it's at 92.90. So it's now fallen below that crucial 93 level, but only just. Oil prices, as a result, are down, ironically. WTI crude down half a dollar, and so is Brent crude. But they have edged up ever so slightly since last Friday. Stocks, Wall Street broadly up, but frankly less than or around half a percent or less. Asian stocks overnight, slightly mixed bag, but nothing really to speak home about. And of course today we are trading because it's 10:07 a.m. and we have the Euro Stoxx index up 0.1, the FTSE up 0.09, the DAX index down 0.06 and the CAC up 0.15. So the markets are doing very little at the moment. One would expect Wall Street markets to be quite buoyed with the stimulus package. But if we take a look as well, however, at economic news, we reported yesterday that the market manufacturing flash PMIs on Monday were actually a little lower than expectations, and so were the services PMIs. Existing home sales, however, were higher. Then yesterday we had new home sales come out, and they were higher too. And also it was reported that the median new house prices in the US soared 18.4% to the average house price in July being $390,500. Today we have durable goods orders and non-defense capital goods orders excluding aircraft. Durable goods will be quite useful to note, but really it'll be tomorrow's jobless claims and then Friday's host of information and reporting, personal income, consumer spending, core PCE. That will be the most important now for the rest of the week. So what has happened to gold prices? Well, one would have thought with the dollar fall, they would have risen. But alas, no. They're actually down over the last 24 hours, $10 at $17.93. We've broken that all-important $18 line. Now, we knew that gold would struggle to get hugely above $1,800. Did I say $18? $1,800. Because the 200-day moving average at 1811 is quite strong resistance, but we did expect it to stay. Certainly with the initial stages of this package being announced, we would expect it to stay above 1800. Now we do have support though at the 10-day moving average of 1781. But as far as the technicals are concerned, the interesting thing is the MACD is supporting a purchase, but the fast stochastic is recommending a sale. So the technicals are a little mixed. However, if we compare it to Friday's close, we can see that on Friday it was as low as 1782. So the good news is that we are some $11 higher than Friday's close. What about silver though? Well, over the last 24 hours, silver is up some 10 cents, which is obviously good news. It's 23.80, but it has been as high as 23.96 and as low as 23.66 in the last 24 hours. Compared to Friday's close though, yes, it's considerably higher because we closed Friday at 23.05 and it's now 23.80. So it's going in the right direction. And of course, one would have expected a little bit more of a rise for gold and silver today in view of that budget passing in the House. Cryptocurrencies actually taking a bit of a hit this morning. I'm going to refresh the page because I looked at this earlier. As you may have noticed that at the top, it moved from down 3.5% to down 6.5%. Market cap, though, still above $2 trillion. But Bitcoin, Ethereum, Cardano, Binance, Tether, XRP, with the exception of just one or two cryptos, they are all down over the last 24 hours. And cryptos being cryptos, we're talking at very, very high percentages. But broadly, over the last 7 days, the majority of them are still higher, although that is weakening as the day progresses. So, what's going to happen? Well, technically, gold and silver should continue to rise, with the dollar weakening slightly. Having said that, they have already risen since Friday's falls, or I should say last week's falls. So against Friday's close, they have risen quite healthily. It's almost a wait and see now to look at what's happening with the US dollar, to see what's happening geopolitically with obviously tensions. We are at that sort of impasse. Gold and silver could theoretically go either way. We would be expecting gold certainly to pick up a little bit, but equally, will this budget passing really help the stock market so the funds move again into equities rather than gold and silver? If the cryptocurrency market continues to fall at the pace that it is at the moment, well, you may see money being diverted from there perhaps into gold and silver, though generally what we've discovered, with a few exceptions, is that the majority of people who plough money into cryptos tend not to really favour hard assets like gold and silver. That's it for now. Please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, press the bell sign. Have a great day. Until our next video. Illuminati silver owners come from a background of banking, international wealth management and economics. Having now retired from these worlds, we are not qualified to give investment advice. Therefore, this and other productions must not be deemed to be giving such advice and merely represent the personal views of its owners.